Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the wife of the Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the presence of all of you in this hall this evening. Mr. Chairman, we are here to tell the story of an icon. But permit me, I think I've seen some people here. Mr. Ray Ekpo, Your Excellency, Mr. Ray Ekpo is one of the trustees of Udeme Club, and he came all the way from Lagos. So is Chief Edwin Ibokwe. You're welcome. We are here to tell the story of a living hero, a visionary, a bold and courageous defender of the rights of his people. Why shouldn't we celebrate him? The Yorubas had their Obafemi Awolowo. They're celebrating. The Igbos had their Nnamdi Azikiwe. It's none of our fault if it's not celebrated. Arewa had their Alhaji Amadu Bello. They don't joke with its memory. Let me submit that His Excellency Obong Victor Attah belongs in that pantheon, and we must celebrate him in his lifetime. Akwa Ibom must celebrate him in his lifetime. Udeme Club, a non-governmental community service initiative, decided to start celebrating Obong Attah by marking his birthday on its calendar with a lecture. This started 4 years ago. Let me use this occasion to re-echo my appreciation to the immediate past governor of this state, Mr. Udeme Nana, for naming one of Governor Attah's flagship projects, the Victor Attah International Airport, in his honor. In his lifetime. I appreciate the trouble which you have taken to join us today to celebrate an iconic statesman, a living legend and a fountain of wisdom. This year's celebration of His Excellency Obong Attah started on Saturday with the Victor Basi Attah Golf Tournament at the lush greens of Ibom Golf Course, which he built. When you see Ibom Golf Course, you see the sublime mind of Obong Attah, the mastermind behind it. I'm sure that this particular event is very dear to His Excellency. This is because His Excellency is scholarly, His Excellency is an avid reader, His Excellency is an all-round, cerebral, articulate, very meticulous analyst. This gathering in honor of His Excellency Obong Attah has become a permanent fixture on the calendar of Udeme Club. When we started in 2020, our first keynote speaker was the Right Honorable Chief Ndweso Essien. I'm happy he's here. Please stand up for recognition. Chief Ndweso Essien is a former South-South caucus leader in the House of Representatives and a former minister of the Federal Republic. In 2021, our keynote speaker was Architect Okonobot, a former commissioner for lands and housing. Architect Okonobot, I'm sure you are here. And then in 2022, another erudite scholar, Dr. Ebebe Ukpong, stood behind the podium to give the lecture. Dr. Ebebe Ukpong, I saw him here. This year, we reached out to yet another accomplished scholar, an administrator, Engineer Professor Linus Asukwo, himself a great senior patrician, like His Excellency Obong Attah. You saw him come out here to sing, but he's a very junior patrician to His Excellency, just as I am very junior to him. Professor Asukwo is presently the Director General and Chief Executive Officer, National Metallurgical Development Center in Jos. He came all the way. I thank him for coming from Jos. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Uyo Book Club, in addition to focusing on its core mandate of trying to reawaken and promote the culture of reading among our people, will continue to identify with our iconic role models. Akwa Ibom must embrace the culture of celebrating her great men and women in their lifetime. We should also strive to keep the memory of the positive contributions of our outstanding people alive. Today, I'm excited to see so many guests, students. I've seen students from CCC, students from top faith schools, students from NCI. Most of them were not born when Obong Attah was a governor. Maybe when they heard about Obong Attah, they thought about him as a mythical figure. But today, they are here, they have seen him, not as a mythical figure, but as someone in human form, in flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look around this hall, you'll see pictures of great men, not from here. On the right here, you have Martin Luther King Jr. You have Nelson Mandela. You have iconic figures. It was their own society that threw them up for recognition, for appreciation, for celebration in the world. That is why today, I want to use this occasion and urge the state government, the Akwa Ibom state government, to declare 20th November every year as Obong Victor Attah Day in Akwa Ibom State. The present governor has the authority to do so. And when he goes ahead to do it, the governor will also write his name in gold for posterity. History will be kind to him when they remember that he was the one who did it. And there is a precedent in the United States of America where President Ronald Reagan of the United States declared a Martin Luther King Day to honor the life and legacy of the civil rights advocate. Martin Luther King was the chief spokesperson for nonviolent activism in the United States of America. He protested against racial discrimination in federal and state laws in the United States of America. He won that fight, and the United States government honored him subsequently with a Martin Luther King Day. Back in Nigeria, just like Martin Luther King, Obong Attah was the chief spokesperson, the leader, and senior advocate of the South-South Zone who led the protest against discrimination in the economic rights of the crude oil producing states, particularly as it affects Akwa Ibom State. Obong Attah experienced untold persecution. He experienced near-death situations during the many trips, turbulent weather during flights. On a certain day, a plane he boarded lost a tire mid-air. On another occasion, his plane overshot the runway. On several other occasions, his plane couldn't land and had to return. He suffered the inconveniences of bumpy rides on bad roads and highways. It wasn't easy at all, but thank goodness. Today, Obong Attah is here. He survived those hazards. He won the fight for the economic rights of Akwa Ibom State. Today, Akwa Ibom enjoys the monthly payment of 13% derivation revenue without the injustice of onshore-offshore dichotomy. A declaration, therefore, to set aside just one day out of 365 days to honor the life and legacy of Obong Attah isn't an outlandish idea. It is possible. Such an honor doesn't cost the state anything. It won't come at any cost. Rather, it would elevate the state and its present leadership and engrave the name of the sitting governor indelibly in history. Ladies and gentlemen, I see such a move as a low-hanging fruit, which His Excellency Governor Omoeno can pluck. The world took note and celebrated the likes of Martin Luther King, Lee Kuan Yew, Nelson Mandela, and several others because of their achievements, the principles and values which they represented. Obong Victor Attah is in that league. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of your book club, the organizer of this event, and her offshoots, the Rafia City Book Club in Ikorekpene, the Eket Book Club, the Abak Book Club, the Ibom Book Club, and Oro Nation Book Club. Indeed, all men and women who are here today, I wish His Excellency, Architect Obong Victor Attah, a very happy 85th birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming.